Hello YouTube friends, and I'm filming right now at 2:52 early in the morning. I haven't slept yet, so 2:52 in early in the morning. So my wife is complaining already why I haven't gone into the bed yet. So I have this, I would say, good news when it comes to our situation here in this rented house, rented residence, because my wife and I are expats here in Thailand and we cannot own a property. And even if possible that we can own a property, the price of this residence that we are renting is too far beyond our capacity. So with that, uh, the interested buyer, because the owner of this house decided to sell this house because she wants to invest in an English language center somewhere in Pattaya. It's a tourist spot, belong to the eastern province, the eastern part of Thailand, and so she's in a hurry to really dispose of this property. And now we're in trouble because this year our contract as a renter in this house will be ending this October 2020. So it's so close now, it's in the month of May. Plus, I mentioned to you in my last upload that I have this depression since from my country, Philippines, and then my few days, first few weeks of my arrival here in Thailand, down to year after year until now, plus being out of the job from the university for more than 4 years, so that was really hard. And right now I'm still struggling, trying to fight and trying to overcome, to win over this depression, frustration, this struggle that I am right now. But this kind of good news that I'm about to share with you is somewhat helping me to be encouraged to move along, to move on, and trying to forget what was in the past. So the good news is this: the new buyer who came late in this afternoon have mentioned to me, and partly to my wife, but I talked to him privately while we were roaming around the house, and it was him who asked me, will you continue to rent this house if somehow I'll be approved in the bank and I will buy this house? Will you continue to rent this house? And I said, yes, sir. That was my intention, why I need to talk to you right now. And he said, yeah, I can give you a longer rental contract. I could give you, surely, this is a guarantee. Though most Thai people, they can change their mind anytime, but I'm very, how to say that one, very certain that he was true to his words while we were discussing things outside the house late in this afternoon before he get in and check every room and the rest of the parts of the house. And he said, I can give you 3 years to be a renter in this house, and if I could see that everything is good, like for example, I could maintain cleaning the surroundings, of course I'm planting banana trees all around, vegetables, especially the front side, in on pots. So with that, he said I can probably add more years after the first 3 years contract that I'll be giving you as a renter. If you can manage and maintain the surroundings clean and looks pretty, then I can probably add you more years to rent. And it gives me that ecstatic delight, YouTube friends. Why? Because right now we are still in the midst of pandemic, and considering that we have this very aggressive and territorial dog, plus we have three chickens. Actually, I have five, but the other two roosters were not able to survive with the Marek's disease. And we have three remaining chickens. One is a rooster, and the other two are hens, but they are bantam breed. But I treat them as pets as well. So that's why my wife and I are so worried where we should go once we will be stepping in into the last month of our contract here in this house. And that is why I don't have any appetite and encouragement to clean the surroundings, to replant, and to add to that, we have some extreme humidity this year in this place that most of the plants could not survive the heat, and then suddenly the rain comes. So it's not really that good as long as I'm planting in the open field. But if probably I have much budget and I can build a greenhouse, in which is not possible, because when you build a greenhouse it should be permanent location, and I cannot do that because we're just renting a property where my wife and I can live, and our family dog can roam around with no problem because it is surrounded with fence. It is a gated property as well. And so so that thing adds to my discouragement as well. And today I'm a bit happy. I'm encouraged to be responsible with my responsibility as a teacher this coming month of June. Though right now I started working, but since we are asked to work from home until of this 27th of this month, so I'll just have to go to the school for the leg in and the leg out. So most of the time I'm in the house preparing my lesson plans and lesson topics for this whole semester. And at the same time, in my spare time for the rest of the day, I have to uh, get back in gardening as well. So that's the kind of goodness that I'd like to share with you, that we will be extended. So to make it shorter, we will be extended and will be given another 3 years new contract. So that means we have another 3 years to stay in this house. And if we can be responsible renter within that 3 years, then the possible buyer that he could be the next owner of this property will give us more years to rent and stay in this house. So with that, it simply means that my wife and I are working as teachers. At the same time, I'll get back into forex trading because I could have capital now from my salary, and then other ventures that I'll be trying to explore and experience, like crypto. And but I have to really focus on forex trading because I've been 6 years in this industry and still I don't have my portfolio of my own. But I'm trying to grow a bit by bit, and eventually I could reach my target to 7 figures in years to come. So with that, we have 3 years, and it will be added as long as we are responsible as a renter. Then we have much time to save money, and then probably my wife can apply for a permanent resident visa. And then once someone could have a permanent will have a permanent resident visa here in Thailand, then they are qualified to apply for citizenship in Thailand. All you have to do is you have to save money up to 3 million baht, because that's the first requirement to apply for a permanent resident visa. Then you have a 5-year continuous contract in the same employer. And within that 5 years that you have this continuous contract, you are not going out to any countries. You stay in this country, plus you have 3 million baht in your bank account and another 90,000 baht for the processing fees of getting a permanent resident visa. Once you have a permanent resident visa, then you can choose a Tisaban or a district or a town to which you will register yourself with that red book to be a resident in that locality. And after 3 years of behaving well, because you will only appear once every year in the police station to update of your presence here in the country. Actually, you are not required to live in the country for the whole year, but at least during your schedule to for appearance in the police station, so you have to sign there with your red book. And then when you reach 3 years of renewing your permanent resident visa, you just go to the police station for once a year, of course, with the support of your bank account with 3 million baht right there. And then you can apply for citizenship. So when you apply for citizenship, the basic requirements, you have to pass the verbal and the written exam in Thai language. So it means you should know how to read, write, and speak their language. So, and after that, then they will give you a dual citizenship in this country. So you will not lose your citizenship in Philippines if you're a Filipino. And then they will give you a dual citizenship. That means you can own properties under your name, and you can even vote here during the election time. So that's the privilege of becoming a citizen here. But if you are a resident, meaning you're holding a permanent resident visa, you cannot vote, you cannot own property under your name, but you can put up businesses here. But you need to have a business partner which is a Thai citizen. But there are other privileges that an ordinary expats with non-immigrant visa don't have if you have a permanent resident visa. I think you can own properties like maybe 70 to 80% of the ownership, while the 20% will be for the Thai citizen. So that's our goal with my wife and I, because we're married. So I cannot marry a Thai so that I could have a citizenship, nor my wife. So neither both of us. So with that, we have to save money for 3 million baht, and we don't know how many years it will take to save that amount. And then she could apply for permanent resident visa. My wife and I were learning Thai language, writing, reading, and speaking. And with that, when she will be able to get a permanent resident visa, and after 3 years of renewing it each year, then she can apply for citizenship. And then later on, I will follow. And once we will citizen here. Hopefully, in 20 years target. In 20 years target, if we fail, probably we will add another 10 years. So right now I'm 34, my wife's 37. So at least before uh, reaching 60 years old, we will have that goal. And I'll consider that one as a huge success and achievement in my life, to become or to have a dual citizenship here in Thailand, hopefully. So starting from now, we're trying to do our best, and I'm glad that it alleviate just a little bit of the depression and the struggle that I have right now. Hearing from the mouth of the new buyer that he could be the possible owner, the next owner of this house, that he will give us 3 years of renting this property, in which I can freely plant anything I want. The bananas, the vegetables. I can continue my YouTube channel with organic gardening with Fulmer, with 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 just less problem. Anyway, I'll try to manage my time because I'm also teaching during weekdays, but I'll try to segregate a time for gardening during weekends, especially on full Sundays, and then editing videos in the evening. So I'll try to manage everything. I will try, because I am also studying master's degree in education since I'll getting back into teaching career. While at the same time, my vlogging and my forex trading will be all together at once. I don't know how to do this, but I'll try. So that is the kind of the goodness that I have today, and I think my wife is also happy. And once my mother will be watching this video, I'm sure she will be happy too. And I hope you all, my beloved, dear subscribers, are also happy hearing this news. And I'll try to get better each day, each hour. And hopefully I can come back and upload some videos last year, and the videos that I filmed early of this year. So thank you, and I would like to see you all again in the next episode. See ya.